She used to be my best friend, my ride or die, my biggest supporter. We dreamed together, worked side by side, and promised that no matter what, we'd always have each other's backs. But that all changed the day she became my boss, because just 1 week later, she fired me. Our story began like so many do, full of hope and late-night dreams. In college, we were inseparable. We'd sit up for hours, fueled by cheap coffee, mapping out our futures. We swore we'd one day work together, build something meaningful, and change the world, even just a little bit. And when we both landed jobs at the same big corporation right after graduation, it felt like destiny. It was happening. Our dream was coming true. The early days were amazing. We were equals, partners in crime navigating the corporate maze. We'd share ideas, grab lunch, and laugh about our bosses. She was so sharp, incredibly ambitious, and had a confidence that could light up a room. I truly admired her drive. We were a team, pushing each other to be better, to climb higher, together. But slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, something started to shift. Her ambition, once a source of inspiration, began to grow into something else, something sharper and colder. It started to outpace the friendship that had once been our foundation. She was the first one in the office and the last one to leave. She volunteered for every high-profile project, even if it meant stepping on a few toes. And soon, she stopped seeing me as a teammate and more, as competition. The shared lunches became a thing of the past. Our coffee breaks turned into quick transactional exchanges. Then, one Monday morning, the email landed in everyone's inbox. The subject line read, "Organizational announcement." My heart started to race a little. I opened it, and there it was. She'd been promoted. She was the new department head. She was my boss. Honestly, my first reaction was pure joy for her. She had worked so hard, and she truly deserved it. I rushed to her new corner office, a celebratory coffee in hand. I congratulated her, told everyone how proud I was, and genuinely believed this would be great for both of us. I thought, now we can really make things happen. I was so wrong. The change was almost immediate. The friendly, collaborative tone we used to share vanished overnight. What used to be, "Hey, can you help me with this when you have a second?" became a clipped, cold order. "I need that report on my desk by noon." Or a passive-aggressive comment in a team meeting. "You're falling behind again." She stopped making eye contact. She stopped smiling at me in the hallway. The person who once knew all my secrets now felt like a stranger, one who was constantly watching me, just waiting for me to make a mistake. The office, once a place of shared dreams, now felt like a minefield. The friend I had trusted with everything was gone, replaced by a manager who saw me as just another subordinate, another problem to be managed. One Friday, after a particularly grueling week, she called me into her office. My heart leaped with a tiny flicker of hope. Maybe this was it. Maybe she wanted to talk, to clear the air, to be my friend again. But the moment I stepped through the door, that hope died. Sitting next to her with a stoic expression was someone from HR. My stomach dropped. I knew. She didn't waste any time. "We're restructuring the department," she said, her voice flat, devoid of any emotion. "As part of these changes, your position is being terminated, effective immediately." I just stood there, stunned. The words didn't even register at first. I could feel the blood drain from my face. "Wait. What?" I stammered. You're firing me?" She finally looked up from the papers on her desk, but her eyes were like ice. "It's not personal," she said. "It's business." That one sentence. It's business. It hit me harder than the firing itself. Our entire friendship, all those years, all those promises, reduced to a cold corporate transaction. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I just turned around and walked out of that office, out of that building, and out of her life. I left behind my desk, the job I had loved, and the future I thought we were building together. But the heaviest loss, the one that truly broke me, was losing my best friend. For weeks, I was a ghost. I'd just replay everything in my head, over and over. Every laugh, every shared secret, every single moment I had believed in our friendship. I felt betrayed, foolish, and completely lost. It felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me, but then something started to shift inside me. The sadness began to curdle into something else. It wasn't anger, not really. It was motivation. A fire started to burn where the hurt used to be. I thought, if she could rise to power and lose her soul in the process, then I could rise from this failure and make sure I kept mine intact. Her betrayal wasn't going to be the end of my story. It was going to be the beginning. So, I picked myself up and started freelancing. It was brutal at first. I'm talking long nights, barely any pay, and a constant nagging voice of doubt in my head. But I poured all my pain and all my passion into my work. And slowly, people started to notice. Clients told me my designs had an authenticity they hadn't seen before. They said I genuinely cared about their projects. I was building relationships, not just chasing profits. I was doing everything that had vanished from my old corporate life. Months went by, and my little freelance operation was growing. Then, one day, an email landed in my inbox that changed everything. One of my projects had caught the eye of a major investor. They loved my vision, my work ethic, and my commitment to integrity. They wanted to fund my own startup, a creative agency built on the very principles my old friend had forgotten: respect, collaboration, and humanity. I didn't hesitate. I said yes. Fast forward 1 year. My company was thriving. We were making waves in the industry, known for our innovative work and our positive company culture. We were hiring. And one day, a familiar name popped up in our applicant pool. My heart stopped for a second. It was her. She had no idea I was the founder. She came in for the interview, confident and polished as ever. I had my team lead the initial conversation. Then, for the final round, I walked into the conference room. She looked up, saw me sitting at the head of the table, and her face went completely pale. All the color drained from it. "You?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. I just smiled, a calm, gentle smile. "Yes," I said. "Me." And in that moment, I felt no anger, no bitterness, no desire for revenge. All I felt was peace. I had moved on. I had grown. I had built a new life, a better life, on my own terms. I finally understood that true success isn't about getting even. It's about healing. It's about becoming a better version of yourself. I didn't hire her that day, of course, but before she left, I did something I never thought I would do. I thanked her, because if she hadn't pushed me out, if she hadn't fired me, I never would have been forced to find my own wings. I never would have discovered what I was truly capable of. She became my boss, and then she fired me. But in the end, she gave me the greatest gift of all. She forced me to build my own success, something no one could ever take away from me. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever faced a setback that felt like the end, I hope this reminds you that it might just be the beginning. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories.